We are on. Sorry. Weird reaction to just starting recording.
And take 3.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the LovePod Podcast, where you will get your daily, weekly, like semi-monthly, I think now. Bi-monthly?
Your bi-monthly.
There it is. Your bi-monthly dose of all things love, reality.
Okay, one more time. Let's try it again. You're doing great, honey.
Where you're getting all of your daily bi-monthly doses of love talk and all things reality TV and something else that I'm pretty sure I'm forgetting, but it's okay because I'm drinking.
It took you approximately 2 minutes to get so drunk that you stumbled through that intro.
The funny thing is I'm not drunk. I'm just
You're just stumbling.
Kind of out of it. Yeah, I'm just out of it right now.
Would you like me to try, or should we just roll with it?
You should try it. Let's see. We're gonna add this together because I'm keeping it regardless. So.
Oh shit. We should have outtakes.
This will be the outtakes then in the beginning.
Or the end. The end's a good place for it.
End is a better place.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think so.
For sure.
Okay. Hey guys, welcome to the Love Pod, everybody's favorite dating, relationship, and reality TV recap show. Brian, DJ Chocolate Thunder. Can you make it through hello?
Hello.
What are you drinking tonight, Brian?
I have been doctoring a nursing. I've been taking very slow slips. I promise you I'm not drunk. I've been taking very slow sips of vodka cranberry.
I feel like I saw a big chug in our prior attempt at this.
You did, and it sucks because I'm not going to be able to convince you that I'm not drunk because
the
last 5 minutes are any indication. I totally am, but I promise you I'm still good, even though I'm like halfway through this.
Just stay tuned for the bloopers at the end of this. This is our first time recording with video, to my horror and to Brian's excitement, because he is always naturally beautiful.
Welcome to our faces.
Welcome to our faces and our glasses glare.
Yeah, you're going to have to put up with that because I'm not going to be able to edit that out, I don't think.
Yeah, I'll wear contacts next time, but I really hate them.
I don't like poking my eye every day. I don't think that's safe.
I mean, I haven't died yet.
You're just one sneeze away from like...
If it was going to happen to anyone, let's be real, it would probably happen to me.
Yes.
You just completely agree with that. Everything weird and random and negative, not negative, but bad, like weird bad happens to Brian, stop fidgeting. You've really got an interesting background going there. Like you're all set for some
weird, yeah.
AGD.
Dog cage, workout ball. Ooh, God, directions. And then a tire.
Not drunk at all.
No, I never know what direction I'm pointing because it's like opposite, I think, for some reason.
Well, behind you is always behind you. So that's a good way to start. Front and back are always in the same direction.
I'm looking at the screen, so I'm trying to point to it like as I'm looking at it, not for where it is because I'm dumb. And so
like if I want to point at my wallpaper, if I want to point at the non-papered part of the wall.
You don't see your wallpaper.
Yes, it's right there.
Oh shoot. I thought that was an actual brick wall. That's just wallpaper. I'm like, what are you pointing at?
I cannot with you today.
Gosh, man.
I was like, holy shit, he can't see an entire half a wall. What's in that vodka
Alcohol
cranberry?
is doing quite a number. Cocaine.
Yes, just mix it in there and then drink it. Oh God, I'm gonna let's pause for a drink.
Yes.
This isn't even a drinking podcast, but now it is. That's actually really good. If you like Moscato, vinted in the Golden State, California Roots is what I'm drinking right now.
Isn't that a dessert wine?
Everything I drink is a dessert wine.
There we go.
I like really sweet. It's 2017, so it's well aged.
Got that good stuff.
Oh yeah, the real expensive fine wine of the times. I really like sweet drinks on the twice yearly occasions that I drink. So yeah,
We're gonna
Moscato,
make that
like
more
sweet tea
often.
vodka. No, that would be a hard.
We're gonna rename this the Degenerates Podcast and just drink every
Wouldn't hate
episode.
it. Would not hate it.
No.
Okay. So besides Brian's drinking habits, today
Don't
we
send help.
are. He doesn't want it. We've tried to have an intervention,
I don't
and
know.
he just handed out drinks at the intervention.
Wanted to make people feel comfortable.
That does it every time. It's so weird. So I really don't drink, and obviously I haven't been to a lot of events this year, but people don't know what to do with non-drinkers. It's like, here's we have mixers. So if you want to just drink like margarita mix straight without any booze in it, then we can do that. Or I think you can melt the ice from the ice chest of beer and make yourself a cup of water. And I'm like, do you not? We're clearly not adults here. Nobody has anything to drink but beer when you go to a party.
Some coworkers were talking the other day, and we were just talking about like stuff to do. We were gonna have a work party at Dave and Buster's, and they closed it down because of COVID. So we were like, we should just do something. I know it was such a bummer because I love Dave and Buster's. But one girl was like, I don't drink, and she said it like really quickly, so everybody stopped and looked at her like, wait, what? And she like got really full of shame, like, I don't drink. And we were like judging her hardcore, like, you don't drink, you loser. Like, and it was weird. Like, this is the more safe option, and we're like ridiculing her for it. Like, it's weird. We totally don't know what to do with non-drinkers. Like, what do you do then?
I mean, you just don't drink. You can have fun and not drink.
It's totally true. It's just so uncommon that we were like, oh, you poor, like, can we drink? Is that weird? Like, we don't want to tempt you. Like, it's not drugs. It's okay. She can.
No, I was going to say, even if it were drugs, and I didn't mean that. That's a different scenario. Even with alcoholics, a lot of alcoholics aren't comfortable if they can't be around people who drink, but most of them don't mind it, and it's not encouraging them to drink unless you're like shoving shots in their face.
Yes. Which is so fun.
That's a whole nother podcast. I'm really trying hard to do this without my glasses, and I cannot see a GG thing.
The black blur is where I am.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, there's a black blur all the way around our faces. So, because it's a black. You probably have like a giant screen.
I thought you were talking about. Yeah. No, got you.
Yeah, we're censoring our faces.
Yeah.
So today we're talking about reality TV, relationships, and how successful they are compared to real life here in the good old US of A, which has a 50% divorce rate. Go us, Team USA.
We're crushing it right now.
We are crushing it everywhere. We're crushing it in COVID cases. We're crushing it in elections. We're crushing it in, well, actually now we are crushing it in elections.
We are, yeah. We turned a corner.
We're crushing it in marriage. We're crushing it on Bumble. We are just doing all the things.
Quite literally. Heyo.
Crush. So some of the shows that we're going to discuss, I'm going to run down the list. Are You the One? The Bachelor, The Bachelorette, Bachelor in Paradise, Love is Blind, Married at First Sight, 90 Day Fiance, Love Island. And the reason this came about is Brian and I are watching The Bachelorette right now and Are You the One? Because I said we were going to, and now he has to. And that's how this podcast works.
I have no options.
You don't. We could, according to our audience, according to our audience, we should be watching 90 Day Fiance, but I can't do it.
Listen, I'm willing to jump in there. I'm willing to just do it,
It makes me so, I was going to say irrationally angry, but I feel like watching them, there's complete rationale to that anger.
Yes.
They're just, they're awful. They're the worst people. I've ever seen on TV.
V?
And I've seen a lot of TV. I mean, like right up there with Real Housewives and Jersey Shore.
That's bad.
Yeah, like they bring the drama, but it's not like the drama you want to see, which a lot of people do. They get real invested, and there's so many spinoffs. There's 90 Days the Other Way. There's 90 Days Happily Ever After. There's 90 Days.
Oh, yeah.
Before the 90 days, after the 90 days, besides the 90 days.
Good Lord.
30 locked up, 90 days in. I don't even know. There's just a lot of options in the 90 Day Fiancé franchise.
What's up with time limits?
Well, I think it maybe has something to do with visas. I want to say, like how long you can stay in a country without paperwork, without some kind of documentation. I don't know.
Nobody wants to see a love reality show based in Kentucky. That's not marketable. So let's put it in Hawaii.
Honey Boo Boo was very popular.
For all the wrong reasons. She's apparently a smoking hot hottie right now, though.
Did you see that in those ads that pop up on like the reality news sites that we read? Because I didn't click on that. Don't click on them. They're not good for you. They're not good for your mental health.
Yeah, it's emotional. I can't say that. It's just bad.
It's inaccurate at the very least.
It's falsities. Now I'm gonna look at what she looks like.
Hello. Hi. I'm over here. Okay.
Yes.
So, of these shows, our audience thought that Love is Blind had the highest success rate. 60%-ish of people said that. Then hop it on down to about 23% of people thought Married at First Sight was the most successful at matching their couples. 13% thought that 90 Day Fiancé had the most success stories with their... And then...
Sore spot for her, guys. Give her a minute.
I just gag a little every time. And then a little under 2% thought that Love Island was the best. Now, I'm going to read you the actual results. You ready for this, B? No, he's not ready. This is a podcast, so you have to say words.
Sorry, we're doing a video, and so I just kind of assumed that you can hear my head shake. I'm saying no very solemnly. No, go for it.
Is that all vodka and just a splash of cranberry?
It doesn't look like it because it's red, but yeah, there's quite a bit of vodka in here.
Is there also like a piece of celery in there? What is that green?
Oh, I got it from a brewery. Yeah, it's a really nice glass.
It looks like, because when you hold it by the side, it looks like there's a piece of celery, and I was like, that is an awkward combination.
It's just small and my hands are large, so I have to hold it with like fingers.
If that's what you want to think, then sure, we can go with that. Ooh, I know, burn. Okay, so I'm going to go least successful to most couples, because that makes logic sense. So the worst show at pairing up couples is, can I get a drum roll? Can you add that in? Oh, I meant like a sound effect, but yeah, you can do that too.
Yeah.
Bachelor in Paradise, which actually surprised me because they pick their matches and they're all familiar with each other from the Bachelor Nation franchises. And they are just super shitty terrible at long-term commitment. Let's see, they've had 7 out of 154 cast members. There were 7 couples that came out of all those 154 cast members that lasted. That would be Carly and Evan, currently. Carly and Evan married. Tanner and Jade married. Dylan and Hannah engaged. Caitlin and Dean dating. Astrid and Kevin engaged. Ashley and Jared married, and Raven and Adam engaged because COVID has delayed their wedding.
It'll happen.
Right above the Bachelor in Paradise peeps are The Bachelor, which I don't think is a big surprise. There have been 24 seasons of The Bachelor, and there have only been 3 marriages out of that entire thing. So 24 men, 3 marriages, a whopping 11%. They really got to get more committed men on these shows because, with the exception of like 1 or 2, they're doing it all for the nookie. I'm bringing that back. And the fame and the Instagram endorsements. And they've had some really awful bachelors the last couple of seasons. I know. So tell me, you just found out somehow, because you've been living under a rock, who the new bachelor is. So now you know it's Matt James. Why are you so excited? I know why I'm excited it's Matt James, but why are you excited it's Matt James?
Oh, I'm basic. It's because he's a brother.
All right. Yeah, he's actually the first one.
I know. That's why it's so exciting.
What?
Represent.
And
culture up in this piece.
Tayshia's only the second Black bachelorette. She's half Black, but still.
Yeah. It counts.
So they're finally, like 20 years into the series, making some representation there. And I hope that continues. I hope we see more diversity. Is it? I guess marginally.
It's almost like they're being thrown a bone, but whatever. It is what it is.
And for it to have happened this year, I guess that's the one silver lining. We could say they finally listened to their audience, who for years has been like, which give us an older bachelorette, maybe. In theory, it sounded great, but not necessarily that bachelorette who is gonna get engaged 2 minutes in. But what else? She's all about Dale, and good for her. She who will not be named. Are You the One? So this is the one that Brian and I just started watching the first 2 seasons of, which are available on Netflix right now. There have been 8 seasons for everybody who is familiar with the show that have been on MTV and Philo, the new TV app. But we can only watch seasons 1 and 2 because we are poor podcasters.
Yes.
So this one is, there are 20 singles and they have to find their perfect match. And if all 20 of them match up with the perfect match that their experts decided was their match, they win $1 million, which is pretty cool, but then it only adds up to like 50 grand a person. So not as cool, but it's still money just for hanging out in a beach resort for 2 months.
Yeah.
And they, out of 8 seasons, have had 80 contestants, a total of 40 couples matched up at the end of the shows. They've only had 4 matches that stayed together. It's pretty bad. The very first season, one of the couples got engaged on the reunion show, and they actually are married now with 2 little girls. And then some of the other seasons to come, we'll talk about in the future, because we are going to recap seasons 1 and 2 of Are You the One next episode.
Stay tuned.
But only 4 out of 40. So
that's mad shocking, because the entire literal goal is for them to like pair off. And just from the 4, I think I'm on episode 6 right now or something like that, or actually 8, but the entire makeup of the show was you have to find the person, and they're filtering through a bunch of people, and so statistically they should have a higher chance of finding the person that they've been with, because they've been through the 8 months that they're in that show. They're the 2 months that they're on that show.
It's 10 weeks, yeah, because I think it's a week per. They have 10 chances, and it's a week per chance.
And so they're filtering through the wrong options. And so makes sense to me that you would then at the end of the show at least know who it might be. And I don't know, it's weird.
Well, and we've talked about this since we started watching. They're really, I think most of them are just there to bang.
Yeah.
And the girls are usually more serious than the guys, but there's always this token guy who is I love you, I just met you, but let's get married. Yeah. And I don't care who my real match is. I'm
serious guy.
I'm gonna lose $1 million for everyone just for the love of my life, who isn't your match, but you just want to bang real bad.
Yeah.
So I guess when you look at it that way, it does make sense. But you would think, because they're matchmakers putting this all together, right? You would think that they had a higher success rate, which makes me doubt the whole science of matchmaking. And I'll get to more of that in just a second as we go through these shows.
Hmm.
So the next one, and I only did Love Island UK because the US has only had 2 seasons. They have a 13% match rate and are also equally terrible. Out of the 45 couples, 6 are still together and 2 were together after the show. And most of them came from the first couple of seasons because I used to watch this. Lewis and Callie had a baby, so did Jamie and Camilla and Dom and Jess. And Lucy and Luke from the most recent season just started dating. Nathan and Kara are engaged. Alex and Olivia are married. And Hannah and Jonathan were engaged but broke it off. So not a great success rate either. I mean, if you combine, so that's those 4 shows that I just mentioned, those 4 shows together do not even equal the 50% average average divorce rate in the US. So there are these experts casting these shows, and we know a lot of it's for drama, but they can't, I mean, they don't even come close to people just pairing off in real life.
Yeah.
And I wonder if you hire a genuine matchmaker instead of going through a reality TV process, if it's different because they're not looking for TV show content.
Yeah.
They're actually looking for matches.
Yeah.
And I wonder sometimes, like when I've seen the matches for Are You the One? I'm like, I don't buy into those 2 together. I don't see it.
And it's weird because like the setup, they're all talking about like, so the first couple of episodes, they just keep repeating like, man, we really suck at this. And it's crazy that like, so when they first start the show, and just a tad bit, it's not really a spoiler because it's not like giving anything, but like one of the first things they say is, you're all here because you suck at relationships. Like that's what you all have in common. And then the one thing that they keep repeating is, yeah, we're really bad at this. And I question like, are you though? Like, because they're all saying, well, maybe we shouldn't listen to our gut. That's generally what people use in IRL, which is in real life for you nerds.
Oh, thank you. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, no,
I appreciate the translation.
I got you. And so what like mostly people actually follow that. Like I have a gut feeling about this one. Like I really feel, like in my down here, and there's actually science behind the whole gut intuition thing, but I'm not going to get into that because it's boring. But that's how people know. But so like people are using that in this show and they're wrong. And so they're like, well, who could it be? Which is why Dina's questioning the matchmaking skills. It's because it's mostly BS. It seems like it anyways. I don't know. I'm not far enough in yet.
I'm kind of leaning that way, especially after seeing these statistics. But the thing is, okay, if I were on that show and you have 10 chances to find the one and there's 10 people who could potentially be your match, why not? Even if it's just for a day, sit down for 10 days, 1 day with each person, and talk to them and spend the day with them so that like, oh, we're definitely not a match. Like they don't talk to everybody in the house until like the 9th hour. And it's like, oh yeah, well, I've been through everybody else and I really wanted to be with this person. So I wasted 9 weeks with them and they weren't my match. And I knew that week too.
Yeah.
But I'm still going to talk to them. Like, I do think, and they've tried to strategize in the first couple of seasons, and I won't spoil how that works out, but I do think, especially on when it's a competition, because this isn't just about finding love, let's be real, like a lot of them are there for the money. You have to go about it like there's only so many choices you have. You personally have 10 options. It's not that hard. You're going to find quite a few people who you're like, I know I would definitely never in a million years be with this person. So to the future cast members of Are You the One? Like, what are you thinking? Whatever you're doing, stop doing it. Though,
stop it.
Yeah, just bed. That's what I would say to my dog. So our audience thought this next show was the most successful, and to be fair, it only has had 1 season. But Love is Blind only has a 20% success rate compared to the 50% of random US couples. and that's divorce rate versus, I mean, I guess it could go either way. Because if it's 50% of people are still married, and 20% of people on this show are still together. So the two couples that are married, obviously, are Amber and Barnett, Lauren and Cameron, and then you have Dina and Damien, who are still dating. Out of 31 cast members total who went on to find love, and 6 did end up getting engaged, but that's a lot worse than I thought. Like I've said in the past that Love is Blind had a better match rate than Married at First Sight, but I think it's just because Married at First Sight has had more chances to get it right, and Love is Blind only had that one season. So we'll see how it goes in the future. I really do hope we're going to get an early 2021 season of of Love is Blind, but I'm not even sure. Well, I think they had like a final announcement for casting recently in Chicago. Am I boring you, Brian?
No. My supervisor told me that yawning is like your brain preparing to take in more information. Because I yawn every time he starts talking, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. He's like, no, it just means that you're listening. I was like, yeah, that's totally what that means.
Wasn't gonna fall asleep at all. And my favorite show out of all of these, of course, is Love is Blind. That's what started this podcast. And I love talking to the people of Love is Blind. But we're on a lot of these other shows. Some of the couples that weren't originally matched get together later. I haven't, with the exception of like the whole Elsie and Mark scandal, I haven't seen anything about the other cast members like getting together or hooking up or anything like that. As much as I've seen with Love Island and Are You the One, and obviously The Bachelor, they do that all the time. So I wonder if it's because they really get to know each other and have a lot of time talking. Whereas with these other shows, either they just are there to win money and get laid, or with The Bachelor and Bachelorette, they don't have a ton of time together. I mean, yeah, they film for 6 weeks, but it starts with what, like 20, 25 contestants. And so you maybe get like a total of a week with the person who you end up getting engaged to, which is insane to me, but power to them. I mean,
let's be honest. You put a number or a dollar sign over finding love. I think that the concept of some people, I think there was one guy, maybe two, and then like another female in Are You the One? And then some other shows, but like people have said, like, I'm willing to give up money to find like true love. And so I think it's just so interesting that like true love ideally is the prize in itself. And then you have money as like another thing, kind of like separately. And so like when you mesh those two and say like, I'll give you this money if you find this other prize, it's like, but this is the prize in and of itself. And so I think that this prize dilutes this one. And so I'm not surprised that those numbers are as low as they are. When you're throwing money into it, it's like, yeah, I'm not really motivated to find true love because I want to try to find true love. It's because I want $50,000, you know what I mean? And that will help me find true love, because I'm sure most of them know this isn't going to work out. It's not going to last. Something's going to happen. And I wanted to give an example of a guy and what he said, but I'm going to do that next show. But remind me to bring up John and some comments that he made.
I do have some thoughts about, like, especially because they're so young and most of them aren't ready to settle down. It would be interesting to see. We'll talk about it next time.
It's so hard not to, guys.
I know. We're really trying not to spoil anything. If you have watched, we are going to get to it next time. If you haven't watched, catch up on the first 2 seasons of Are You the One, so that we can talk about it to you, with you, around you, and spoil it. Oh, we are that kind of show, so just beware.
LovePod After Dark.
Oh man, we're always after dark, so we can't even have like another. It is quite after. This is past my bedtime, so everybody, please,
God bless
round of applause for me still being awake at 10 p.m. on a Saturday night.
Yeah, crazy thing over there.
I know. I am such a party animal.
Ina's not wearing pants, guys.
Want to see? I'm wearing sweatpants.
Sorry, guys.
Woo! Next on the list is The Bachelorette. I feel like the women on the show, maybe not the contestants on The Bachelor, but the ones who end up being The Bachelorette, really are, besides being incentivized by that $250,000 paycheck that they're probably getting. I'm guessing, I don't know exactly how much it is, but they do actually genuinely want to find love, and that's why they have a higher success rate. They're more serious about commitment, and the guys are kind of like, yeah, if I find someone that's cool, but also like whatever, I'll get to make out with 30 girls, and I'd much rather do that.
Yep.
So The Bachelorette has a 30% success rate, and they've had 10 total couples get married. And sorry, I don't know what I'm saying here. Sorry, they've had 3 couples get married, 3 couples get engaged. I don't know. Whatever it is, it works out to 30%.
Yeah.
Though they just had their first divorce, Ashley and JP, which is so sad because they were one of my favorite couples. But they've got, from the very first season, Trista and Ryan, and obviously Ashley and JT. JP, who am I calling JT? His name is JP. He's not Justin Timberlake. Desiree and Chris, JoJo and Jordan, Rachel and Brian, and then Ari and Lauren. Oh, sorry, Ari was the Bachelor. I'm not drunk either. Okay, can I show you guys my note? They're all over the place. I screwed it up, and so I was just putting arrows everywhere.
Yikes.
And
there's a lot of information
it's a hot
there.
mess. This is what I do for you.
Dedication.
So also below all of these but one show are below the just random chance we picked our own match in the United States divorce rate. Married at First Sight, I actually thought was going to be the lowest though, other than maybe Bachelor in Paradise. The Bachelor. I thought Bachelor in Paradise would be pretty high. And Married at First Sight is right up there with The Bachelorette. They've got about a 30% success rate as well. And they've had something like 8 seasons now, 12 seasons.
Ooh.
And there were a total of 39 matches, and 12 of those couples ended up staying together. One ended up getting divorced not too long ago, and there's quite a few with babies as well.
Heyo.
So they're doing all right, but it's still I don't understand how, if you have expert matchmakers who are supposed to be finding the perfect match for these people, and then you have couples where the guy's cheating immediately with Matt and Amber, or the girl's just human trash, or whatever the case might be. But they're supposed to screen these people up, down, sideways, backwards, forwards, and do a better job, matchmakers, because I don't have faith in your process. It makes me feel like all hope is lost if even matchmakers cannot find successful matches. Because that would be my last resort, right? The dating apps don't work, not meeting people in person. I'm gonna suck it up and do a matchmaker.
It's the producers. If the producers were also the matchmakers and they use actual psychology, science, whatever that mix is.
But they do on Married at First Sight. They have a psychologist, they have a pastor.
Yes, that's true. A pastor.
And which is, Pastor Cal knows all. He can do no wrong. Yeah. And then they have a relationship sex therapist.
Wow.
Brown chicka wow.
That's the noise I make when I hear the word sex.
Brown
makes me nervous.
Cow. I'm sure you do very awkward things. Actually, we've talked about sex before. Yeah, you've been awkward.
Yeah, guilty. I am who I am, ladies. I am who I am.
He is, and that's okay. We're happy that you're you. Very surprisingly, far surpassing any other show, which I cannot understand this. It really is a struggle for me considering how little I like this show. 90 Day Fiancé has a 71% success rate, and they choose their own matches who are dumpster fire garbage people. I'm not even going to read the whole list, but they've had 7 seasons so far, 48 couples total. 32 are still together.
Come on now.
What the fuck? Including, I don't know, Brian, have you watched this show yet?
I've only seen promos in like the first bit of the first episode.
Okay.
I don't remember what season it was, but yeah, it was interesting. It was very interesting.
There's this one couple who has caught my eye in the least flattering way possible. Michael and Angela. She is abusive. She is obnoxious. She is not a good person. She's manipulative. And I'm not saying he's like an angel, but he doesn't deserve to be treated like that. And I don't understand. I do understand the issue getting out of a toxic relationship. I do get that because I've been there, you've been there, everybody's probably been there.
Yep.
And we'll talk about that. I keep pushing it off, but I don't see a single attractive thing about this woman. He's not a bad looking dude, and he's a pretty nice guy, and they're still married. Why? And she's so demanding, and everything has to be her way, and she needs attention. She freaks out at nothing. I don't have a single nice thing. She sticks all sorts of things down her bra on camera. It's like a purse to her. God bless her.
I imagine that's a benefit for some ladies.
Listen, I have been known to stick my phone in my bra strap when I don't have The world needs more pockets for women. I know it's becoming more popular.
It's true.
But where are we supposed to put shit? Like, if I'm not going to carry a purse out to the barn. So yeah, I'll stick my phone. Either you use like one of the arm sports bands, or sometimes I'll just stick it like right here in my tank top strap or like my bra strap. So it's not like I've never done it, but I don't actually like shove my wallet, my cell phone, my keys, my M&Ms.
It's like under boobed, yeah.
Yeah, like all in my cleave, okay? Like this woman, and then what do you do? Like, it's like a purse where you're digging around and you're like, nope, not that one.
Right.
Nope, also don't need this. Oh, here it is, my pen. Like, what? This isn't Mary Poppins' bag, Angela, okay?
It's just a flex on small-chested women is what it is. It's like, look what I can do.
But you would think
pulling out stuff.
If you have a smaller chest, you can like make that work because you get a bigger bra, and then you just shove all sorts of shit in there. You put your snacks in there, you put your wallet in there, you put your pocket puppy in there. Stuff's just moving around. They're like, what's going on with your boobs? The dog's over here, the dog's over
Yep. People are like, why are your breasts shaped like items?
Why is that one square and that one's a triangle? And you're like, that's my ninja throwing star. Sorry.
Because you never know.
Yeah, sometimes you just need
never
to
know.
Fuck a bitch up.
Yeah. Oh, man. I'm going to rerun that.
Is that going to be one of her bloopers?
No, yeah, well, yes, definitely. That made the blooper reel. But I'm going to slow that part down. And I'm like, listen to what she just said. And it's just going to be awesome because that is the best thing you've said to date.
I mean, and it's funny because I hate conflict. I'm the least violent person. But I'll pretend like I'm going to throw down. But if you really want to fight me, I'm running. Like, I'm not...
She's like right up into the minute, like, let's go. And then, all right. And she's like, just wait a second.
I rip off the earrings, the fake nails, the extensions that I have
not
none
done
of
ripping
those
stuff
things.
off yet.
I pull all the shit out of my bra, pull out
One
that
by
ninja
one.
star, and then I throw it to distract you, and I run the other way. That's how I fight.
Oh, man, that makes for great TV.
Oh, I mean, if we were gonna record video at any time, I'm glad it was this time. And my lipstick is still staying on. I'm really
It's
proud
popping.
to say.
It is just popping. Yeah.
My lip gloss is
Shit
popping.
is fire. Also, guys, if you know the lipstick song, or I think it's called Poppin' or Lipstick is Poppin' or whatever, but it's by Lil Mama.
I was just singing.
Wait, were you singing it?
I was just going, my lip gloss is popping.
Yeah.
My lip gloss is popping.
So you do know it.
I do. That's what I was just singing.
Oh, I made a reference to it earlier, and I was like, "Do you know that song?" And you're like, "No," and I was like, "All right."
What?
Yeah.
Did I black out for part of this episode?
No, it was before. It was before this one. We had started the other one. And I was like, "It's popping, it's popping," and you were just started dancing, and I was like, "You know what that is?" And you're like, "No."
Yeah, but you didn't even sing that the way that that wasn't the same beat or anything.
It was
or
the
the
very
same
beginning.
Words.
Yeah, no.
Now I remember.
Okay, cool.
I was dancing, and you're like, "Yeah, do you know that song?" And I was like, "I have no clue what the fuck that is." And then you're like, "Now that you say it, I'm like, yeah, that was not what that sounded like."
I get it. That's fair. It was lost in translation.
I think the moral of the story is, if you're gonna go on TV, just know that unless you choose your fiance from another country and have them shipped to your country in order to get married, you are not going to have a successful marriage if you go on television. It's just not likely.
It's not what TV was made for. Finding true love.
It's not. It happens on occasion, as we can see.
You will, however, get a lot of nookie. Lots.
And lots of Instagram followers.
There you go. That's also what it's good for.
Quite a few social media sponsors.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's what you're after, which I think that's what a lot of these contestants are after, indeed, then do it to it. And I think as seasons go on, as these shows have gone on longer and longer, it may start with a pure intention, but then they got to amp up the drama, and there's a lot more pressure, because Love is Blind, really, you hear from the cast and you read it in a lot of articles where the producers weren't trying to step in and force any matches, but you can tell now that we're 300 seasons into The Bachelor, and if you've ever watched, please, if you like reality TV, watch Unreal. I think it's on Lifetime. Amazing. It's a satire on behind the scenes and quite a few real things that happen on Bachelor-like shows. We talked about it with the Y a little bit in our Life Lessons from Tasha episode, if you want to listen to that. It is an amazing, amazing show. Constance Zimmer, heard
it both ways.
Who plays Quinn, and Sherry Appleby, who plays Rachel. Incredible actresses, and it's one of my favorite shows, so definitely check that out. And just to give credit, because I did not come up with these results on my own, I used Wikipedia, TV Insider, The Tab, E-News, The Cinemaholic, People, Insider, Cosmo, Refinery29, 9 Now, and Digital Spy for all of our research. Brian, do you want me to do the random acts of kindness, or do you want to do it? I know you were so excited about it. About the story.
I want to preface it by saying, one, I'm not going to do it because I can't do it with a straight face, but my heart is very much into it. I think it's a cute story, but I'm going to pass this off to Dina to do it professionally, because I won't be able. It sounds funny, guys, but it's not. It's cute.
It is very cute. And as you guys know, so we forgot to do random acts of kindness last week, and I kind of phoned it in with a quick 2-minute story about Dolly Parton, if you want to go back and listen to that. We would love to hear your random acts of kindness if you want to send them to us at lovepod.podcast@gmail.com. And leave us a comment letting us know what you think about the reality TV shows and their match rate. If you would ever go on one, tell us which one you would go on. Apple Podcast, the Love Pod. Okay, so our random acts of kindness story of the week. Two gay well, obviously it's two, they're a couple. Stop, because I'm not going to be able to do it with a straight face if you're going to laugh at me this whole time.
Oh, God.
Gay penguin couple steals hearts as they hatch their second egg after trying with a rock. I'm not going to look at you. I've got to read it off my phone. Two male penguins, Sven and Magic, are stealing hearts again as the same-sex couple just hatched their second egg. 2 years ago, the gay penguins at the Sea Life Sydney Aquarium were seen trying to hatch a rock, so the zookeepers gave them a spare egg instead. Their firstborn is now an adult, and the second egg gives them a chance to be fathers again. A spokesperson from the aquarium told the Star Observer, "If one of our pairs has too many eggs or are not good at looking after their eggs, we will sometimes foster these eggs out to other pairs like Sven and Magic. We gave Sven and Magic an egg to incubate as they have proven to be good parents in the past." The two dads had their second eggs hatched this month, along with other members of the aquarium's Gentoo penguins. Carrie Dixon, Sea Life Sydney's aquarium penguin supervisor. How awesome would it be to be a penguin supervisor? How do you get that job?
Hell of a title.
I would like to be the Sydney Aquarium's penguin supervisor. Carrie, if you ever leave your job, I know nothing about penguins. Please give me a call anyway and teach me your ways.
Wonder if she's responsible for pairing those two male penguins up together.
You know, I think they just found love together, and there's a whole backstory, and they tried to be with their penguin mates. They went on the penguin version of Are You the One? And they realized that none of the women were for them.
Yeah.
Instead of the women penguins.
They still had beards for a while.
They had brat headbands, and they were rocking six packs. And we saw a whole montage of them doing their little penguin exercises with their little penguin wings.
Yes, just douching it up.
So they had two penguin chicks, and they said that same-sex couples aren't uncommon in that species of penguins. There's a lot of male-male or female-female pairings. So if penguins can be accepting of all types of love, then freaking humans should be able to be as well. I got in a Twitter fight with a woman because she was bashing a gay couple or a gay guy for being gay and saying that he was going to hell. And that's not okay with me. Yes, I avoid conflict, but I also stand up for what's right. And this woman was just adamant. And there's this whole video from a religious studies major who has her doctorate in religion, I guess. I don't know what the technical title is, but who
Theology.
Explained, thank you, her doctorate in religious stuff. And she explained that the Bible has been edited many times to include certain things that weren't in the original text. So there was not a single mention of homophobia in the original Bible until the 1940s. There's no references that say that man cannot lie with man in the original Bible. And it's very interesting if you want to go to our Twitter at LovePod Podcast and check it out. I never realized, because you hear so many people saying that homosexuality is wrong and it's in the Bible that way, that it's almost like a reality show where they let you see what they want you to see. So there's another life tip. Know what you're reading and know what you're watching, and that there's always some editing magic that goes on no matter what form it takes.
Yeah, a lot of people have had their hands on that book.
It's been in existence for centuries, and we all know that humans are garbage.
Of course it's going to be tampered with.
Sven and Magic's original penguin chick named Laura is now 2 and very independent. Even though she's relatively young, she attempted to take part in breeding season this year. She and her partner set up a nest and carefully watched over it, but unfortunately weren't successful in hatching offspring. They're looking forward to seeing how it goes next year and whether she'll give Sven and Magic a little grand penguin.
So if you're not following, guys, this female penguin is a surrogate.
No, that's their daughter. That's their daughter from 2 years ago.
Oh, and she's
Sven and Magic's daughter, who is 2 years old.
Okay, got you.
So Sven and Magic were the foster parents for Laura.
There we go. Okay.
The whole saga. You've got to keep
But still
up.
technically a surrogate.
Yes, whatever you want to call it. They hatched Laura. Now, Laura tried to participate in the breeding season, but wasn't successful.
Mm-hmm.
But when she's going to give them a grand penguin. How freaking, I can't. That's too adorable.
Nice.
And this story came from Tank's Good News, which is our go-to site for all things good news. We really appreciate it, Tank Sinatra.
She's going to go to all of her friends and say, my 2 dads now have a grand penguin. And
I am who I am because of my dad's Sven and Magic.
Dad penguins.
I love it.
Oh, hey. They just show up like dancing to like.
Wow. To my lip gloss is popping.
I'm just thinking of gay penguins and happy feet. And like just how like
those are
amazing.
2 different types of gay, Brian. It's 2 different definitions.
I meant like just if they were in the movie, like it just would have been like it just would have been awesome. Like,
well, why don't you make a remake and include Sven
I'm gonna
and
do
Magic?
that. I'm gonna
get on that.
Yeah,
it's another thing I'm adding on your list of things to do. Become a famous animator.
Yeah. And me and Dina will be the voiceovers of Sven.
Oh yeah, obviously. Wait, I have to be.
No, you definitely got it. Yeah,
this was I thought I would be Laura.
You can also be Laura. You don't need to limit yourself.
This was not my idea. Let's be clear. This was all you. Okay. My fun is falling down. My hair is falling. It's late. I think that means it's time to wrap up this episode.
Yes.
DJ Chocolate Thunder.
That it is.
So why don't you
Dina
go
needs
ahead
her beauty rest.
I need a lot of it if I'm gonna spin rough. I need a lot of a lot. This requires a lot of maintenance, even though it doesn't look like it. Brian?
Guys, thank you so much for joining in. We love you all so much. I said it at the top of the show, and I'm saying it at the bottom of the show because we love the bottom.
I don't think you said it. It's the top of this recording.
Oh, that's right, guys. I'm so sorry. We love you so much. Thank you for sticking with us. You're troopers. You've listened to the Love Pod. We have been the Love Pod hosts. And if you like what you heard, please check us out on LovePod Podcast on Apple Music and Google Play Music and iTunes, Castbox, Spotify,
iHeartRadio,
iHeartRadio now, yes,
Radio Public, Amazon Music,
but specifically anyone that lets you leave feedback, because we love feedback. So please tell us what you think we should watch, comments about something that you've heard, questions. We love to read it all. So hit us up.
And don't forget, drop in the comments, because we're putting this on YouTube as well, which reality TV show is your favorite. And stay tuned. At the end of this episode, we're going to give you a special quick sneak peek at Love is Blind, the Sims edition on YouTube.
Heyo.
So check that out, because it is super cute and so funny, and by our friend Emily Main Ford, who is a hilarious comedian. So thanks, Emily, for that. We love you guys.
I am madly in love with you. If you're listening at this point,
yes,
you're phenomenal.
Super best. Phenomenal. We love you. We love you all. Goodbye.
Bye, Emily.